Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for NFL Week 1 Sunday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday, September 12th, 2021. My name is Steve, and I'm going to have 4 picks here for you for the Sunday Night Football primetime game between the Rams and Bears. I think are great bets for the night. They include player props and a spread pick as well. Guys, before we get into that, just want to thank you all for your continued support in the channel as always. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're a returning supporter and you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. It really helps us grow this channel. Trying to reach 420 subscribers here by the end of the week. So appreciate your guys' help out with that. Now getting into our results from the last primetime football game. On Thursday Night Football between the Buccaneers and the Cowboys, guys. We went 2-2 that night. It was a very profitable 2-2. We hit on the Rob Gronkowski anytime touchdown score at plus 220 odds. So really love that, guys. Loved how the research was able to back that pick. We talked about, the middle of the field being open there in that game, due to the inexperience there at linebacker, particularly Micah Parsons, and he did get exposed in week 1. But, like I said, he's going to be a great linebacker, but Brady definitely threw a couple by him, and Gronkowski took full advantage. Caught 8 balls, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns, so he was very good. Right on line with what we were talking about, which is what I like to see. And then we had, obviously, Tom Brady over 298.5 passing yards, cashed that one as well. Brady, obviously had a Brady-like game outside of the interceptions. 4 touchdowns over 300 yards passing, you know the drill. We had the Buccaneers minus 7.5 spread. Unfortunately, that did not cash. Much closer game than I anticipated. Cowboys came out and really played a complete game on offense anyway. Kept it really close. Actually should have won the game in my opinion. Offensive pass interference at the end of the game that didn't get called. Kind of gave the Bucs the win there in my opinion. So, very good game there. And then the other pick we had, this one should have hit. We had Dak Prescott over 13.5 rushing yards. He had 13. On 4 carries. He was a yard short. So what can you do? If you told me he was going to have 4 carries coming into the game, I would tell you that we're cashing that bet easily. But didn't work out that way. We move on, guys. 2-2 again, very profitable. We're going to get after it here on Sunday night. We're going to aim for that 4-0. So getting right into our picks at number 1, we're going with the Los Angeles Rams minus 7.5 spread versus the Bears tonight at minus 111 odds. Guys, the Bears are going to have a world of trouble here heading into Los Angeles to play probably the top defense in all of football. They are ranked number 1 by ProFootballFocus.com. And why not? We got Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey that are leading the defense. So this is going to be very tough on Andy Dalton and company for the Bears to really get a lot done. And then, on the other side of the ball offensively, you got quarterback Matthew Stafford in from Detroit. Tremendous arm talent. We're going to see what he's got. He's really been impressing the Rams in camp with the things that he can do. So it's going to be exciting to see him out on the field for the Rams. I think he's going to have a great season. He's going to be in a much better offensive system than he had in Detroit. So, look for Stafford to ball out against the Bears. Look for this defense to, really dominate Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, is kind of getting to that point where he's kind of starting to get past his days. And he's 33 years old, but really did not look good in the preseason. I know the preseason's one of those weird things, but man, it just didn't look good. I don't know if it's him, it's the offensive line. Offensive line projected to be 31st, according to ProFootballFocus.com as well. He's not playing behind a good offensive line. This is going to be a tough go here for Andy Dalton. And, just all around, Rams have an edge in every category. They have a better defense. They have a better offense. It's just going to be a tough night here for the Bears. So take it right there for your number 1 pick. Rams minus 7.5 spread versus the Bears at minus 111 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with Matthew Stafford over 270.5 passing yards versus the Bears tonight at minus 114 odds. Guys, a lot of what we just talked about there with Stafford. I think he's going to come in here in week 1 in Los Angeles at home, and he's going to dazzle on his first start. He's going to play terrific. He's going to take advantage of a very weak Bears secondary that has lost Desmond Trufant and Kyle Fuller from that secondary. And I think Stafford's going to really expose him, like he usually does against the Bears. He has a lot of success against the Bears. He played in Detroit, so he got to play the Bears twice a year. Stafford was 2-0 against this line last year, to give you any indication. In his career, he's got over 5,400 passing yards, 32 touchdowns in just 20 games. So that's an average of over 270.5 passing yards. And we know back in the day, the Bears used to have a much better coverage. So that's, a lot of those stats coming recently. Last year, in particular, like I said, Stafford 2-0 against this line. Threw for 699 yards in 2 games against the Bears, which I really like that. Threw for over 400 in one of the games. So I think he's going to take advantage of the secondary with even a better offense. He's going to have much more talent to work with. He's got Kupp, Robert Woods, Tyler Higbee, Henderson. He's got a lot of different weapons that I think are very good players. So take it right there for your number 2 pick. Guys, Matthew Stafford, over 270.5 passing yards versus the Chicago Bears at minus 114 odds. Okay, and at number 3, we're going with Kupp, anytime touchdown scorer at plus 145 odds. Guys, a lot of what we just talked about there was Stafford being an upgrade. I think he's going to work very well with Kupp. Stafford in his career, very good with slot receivers, namely Golden Tate. We saw the success that Stafford and Tate had together in Detroit. So I really love this combo, guys. I think they're going to be terrific. I wanted to stay away from Bears top cornerback Jalen Johnson. I think Jalen Johnson's the one guy in the secondary that, can be relied on for the Bears. So, if we could stay away from him, I wanted to stay away from him. I like Kupp in a matchup against either the 2, 3, or 4th cornerback for the Bears. So, really like Kupp to take advantage of that matchup, to find the holes in that defense, and I think he will, and in that secondary. So expect him to catch a touchdown here, guys. So take it right there for your number 3 pick. Kupp, anytime touchdown scorer versus the Chicago Bears at plus 145 odds. Okay, guys, and finally at number 4, we're going with Allen Robinson, under 65.5 receiving yards. Guys, he's going to be likely matched up with Jalen Ramsey all night. That's going to be a very difficult matchup for him. In addition to that, we talked about the Bears' 31st ranked offensive line by ProFootballFocus.com coming into the year. It's like musical chairs on that offensive line. They obviously still haven't figured it out. And from what I saw of them in the preseason, they are not very good. I was watching the Bills-Bears game, I remember, and the Bills were just taking them to lunch. Dalton was getting dumped. He looked terrible. It's not going to be good for him in this game. I would say the Rams have a better defensive front led by Aaron Donald. They're not going to be able to stop him at all. Look for Dalton to regress. And like I said, the issue with this prop, as far as hitting an over on this, that's why we're taking the under, is because Dalton's not going to be able to get him the ball down the field. He's not going to have the time. He might check the ball down a lot to his running backs and tight ends. So if you want to take an over prop on the Bears, look in that direction as far as on the running backs and tight ends. But I really just love taking the under here, guys. So, maybe if you had a mobile quarterback like Justin Fields, I'd be a little bit more concerned. I think the over probably could cash. But because we don't, take it right there, guys. Allen Robinson, under 65.5 receiving yards versus the Los Angeles Rams at minus 114 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks for today. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. Like I said, we have a weekly goal to hit 420 subscribers by the end of the week. And as always, guys, thank you all for your support on the channel. Appreciate all of you. We have a special announcement as well. We're going to be running a live stream for Monday Night Football on, obviously on Monday night, September 13th, 2021, between the Ravens and the Raiders. Really excited about that, guys. That will be starting at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So really looking forward to that, guys. So hope to see you guys there. Other than that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Until next time, guys, have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you back here next time. Peace out.